Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, Black Friday. Time to make some money. Cap Nation Live. Good morning, everybody. Friday, the 27th of November. Hopefully, you guys all had a great Thanksgiving. You ate well, and you had a good day. Welcome, everybody. Cap Nation Live. It is going to be a busy one. It is going to be a busy one, nonetheless. Welcome, everybody. College football, college basketball. It's going to be a busy weekend, and the fun starts right now. Welcome, everybody. There's a whole shit pile of you. We're also I'd say hello to each one of you individually, so we'll just, no offense, we'll just skip on over that one. But good morning, a blanket good morning to absolutely everybody in the live chat. Good morning to our faithful followers, our friends, our family, our clients, the haters. Good morning. What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Joe Free says, come on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get these thumbs up for Kyle. That's the least we can do for him after all. Oh, look at all Kyle does for us. Hit the like button. Thank you. I appreciate that. 55 and rolling already this morning. Like the speed limit on a California highway. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you, Lorenzo. Appreciate that. King Monet says, mile high salute. Thank you. I appreciate that. This says Dallas sucks. I don't know if it's necessarily Dallas, other than the coaching. But yeah, if you got to classify it as a whole, oh my dear Lord. I don't mind losing a game. But when you lose a game to, I get it, a coach makes a mistake. He gambles on fourth down. You're on the other side of the field, and it's the end of the game, and that's what you got to do. Or they're, fourth and goal from the 1, and they're trying to make a statement early in the game. But 4th and 1 from your own 34 or 31 or whatever the hell it was, the first attempt in the first half, I actually just dozed off. We ate early. We ate at 1 o'clock. And, man, I fed my fat face an absolute, like I ate like I never ate before. And I just ate and ate. And I felt like I was going to pop, so I'm sitting on the couch. And I just doze off. Next thing you know, my phone's going up like crazy. All of a sudden, Washington's got the ball and just scored. Like, what the hell just happened? Waking up from a bad nightmare. Go look on Twitter. 4th and something, and they go for it. From your own zone. Okay. Not only do they do it once and it fails, they do it again. A second time with a fake punt, even deeper in their own zone. I didn't watch any of the press conference afterwards, but man, I would sure love to hear the reasoning behind those two play calls. Of course, the coach is going to stand behind him and say he believes they were the right decision because, after all, what leader would backtrack and admit wrong? Not many. But, dear Lord, I'm not like a salty loser by any means. I mean, we lose by bad beats. We take it on the chin. We lose by close calls. We take it on the chin. We lose by, just straight wrong calls, and we take it on the chin. But when you lose to a straight-up douchebag who, no doubt about it, just threw the game away, who does that early in the game? Who does that? Jimmy, he blamed the refs? I mean, I get it. I know there was like a hold, I believe, or a pass interference on the first one. But still, who calls that fucking play, excuse my language, that early in the game in your own zone? Even in the one in the second half, the fake punt, I dozed off for that one as well. I was in and out of consciousness. I was in a food coma. I was in a food coma. I saw the replay. Who calls that play? A fake punt that deep in your own zone. You really thought they were you were gonna fool them? Ego Sports, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Jeff S., the background is just for you, brother. Just so you guys know, the background has no other meaning other than it was for Jeff. If you guys don't know, I've been trying to change the background every now and then to your guys' favorite teams. Nobody in particular, but this one was selected for Jeff. So Last of a Dying Breed says, somebody needs to be fired. I agree. Rodney Stafford said, I tried that code for the UFC. It didn't work for me. Then you must have did it wrong because it's worked for quite a few people so far. Right, Thomas? Right? The boost for the DraftKings bettors. I mean, you go back and you look at it, and you guys know me, I'm definitely not a sour loser. I'm not one to say, oh, game is rigged or game. I'm 100% not that individual. We make a bad bet, we make a bad bet. You know what I mean? You know, and that's my motto. You make a bad bet, you make a bad bet, you own up to it, you figure out what you did wrong, you add that to your knowledge, and you move on. And you move on. Yeah, Rodney, it's UFC 30. It's eligible for everybody that doesn't know. There's a little flash UFC sale. I mean, UFC is already on sale, but there's a promo code. UFC 30 takes 30% off any package in the UFC with the exception of the 3x3. So, Rodney, if you're trying to purchase a 3x3 that's already a smoking deal, the 30% off's not going to be valid for that one. But it works on every other package. But yeah, bad coaching, bad coaching, bad coaching. I don't want to say bad coaching. Absolutely horrible coaching. And it shows you, you know, I can admit wrong. You know, I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. And I said in the beginning, Melissa has got me going on the living room TV again. Thank you. I can admit when I make a mistake. And in the beginning of the season, before week 1, I said I liked the McCarthy hire. I did. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but I don't know who's worse, Adam Gase or Mike McCarthy at the current moment. Yeah, Ryan, you're down 1 score, and you do a fake punt from down in your own 30 with a whole quarter to go. With a whole quarter to go, hey, let's just throw away the game. No doubt about it. Let's just throw away the game. So, other than that, it's funny. People want to say, and not singling you out, Jalen, I told you about that football team. The football team, they might have won on the scoreboard, but they got to thank the Cowboys coaching staff. I mean, the players played pretty good. The players did their job. Coaching decisions were definitely off. Joe Wardley, you're going to have to wait. What is the picks? You want me just to read down the list and give you all the picks for today? Is that what you would like? If that's what you would like, that's not what's going to happen. Cliff Yang, I don't know why they went for it. You know what I mean? It's just poor coaching. Tie game and they go for it at their own zone. Hold on one second. If you're using a cell phone, turn it sideways, scroll down, look for your username, click the small little box that has 4 windows inside it, and then scroll all the way down. Oliver, I agree. I agree. No doubt about it. All righty. I actually think the Cowboys as a whole, the players themselves, are a better team than what they show. So you're definitely going to have to put the blame on the coaching staff. At least last night's game. At least yesterday's game or yesterday's afternoon's game. Just what a straight disaster. What a straight disaster. I actually feel bad for players that actually go put their bodies and careers on the line for coaches like that. Jalen, I think you're forgetting about where they went for it on 4th down in their own zone early on, tied 10-10. Still would have been a very close game. Not to say that the Cowboys would have won. But the ending of that game would have been way different. They wouldn't have had the lead going into the half. More than likely. Who knows? Maybe they would have made a drive all the way down. But either way, I mean, you can go back and forth. But the football team definitely has Mike McCarthy to thank for that one. Jeff says, even if it worked, I'd still question it. You're 3 minutes into the second half, only down 4 at your own 20. That one, I mean, I'm dumbfounded out. But the other one is the one right before the first half ends. Right before halftime. That is the one that really makes you go, that early in the game from your own side. J-Rock says, thank you, Mike McCarthy. I had Washington first half over 10.5. Exactly. So definitely weird coaching decisions. And not that you'd ever know the truth, but man, I'd love to know what he was actually really thinking. Jalen says that was a Madden decision, right? 100%. It's funny, they said they had a whole year to analyze analytics when he had the year off. A whole year to analyze analytics, and he's got this shit down. Analytics really said to go for it. Analytics said to go for it early in the second. Down 4 with a fake punt. I would definitely have to call bullshit on that one. Right, J-Rock. What happened to 4th and inches and McCarthy thought he had Aaron Rodgers still and wasn't allowed to call a QB sneak? Cliff Yanks and McCarthy probably had it over on Washington first half too. I'll be honest, it definitely, from an outside perspective, if you were just analyzing it, it would definitely make you think that way. It definitely would. If you were one of the conspiracy theory people, you would definitely be like, dude, this dude's got money on it. If that, I mean, and I don't want to believe that, nor do I. I just think he's an absolute idiot. But if you were one of the conspiracy theorists saying that the game was rigged or this or that or the coaches bet, 100%, his game decisions on play calling would support that theory, that conspiracy theory, 100%. Yeah, Zeke with 5 fumbles his first 4 years or first 5 years, whatever it was. And he's got 5 already this year. Alex Smith has always been a good passing quarterback. Alex Smith has always been a great quarterback. Today's best bet options, please. Well, that would be my game of the week. Would you like my game of the week, William Rodriguez? Because you can get it right on the website. And more like financial theory, right? Exactly. But, I mean, if that was your style, and you know, trust me, there's a lot of people out there, and if people think that the NFL is 100% rigged, yet they still bet on it week in and week out, my personal opinion, they're just, you know, sore losers. But if that's the individual that you are, or you've ever thought that, the play calling yesterday would 100% support your thought process. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Definitely suspect at best play calling. That's for sure. Now, could the players have done a better job, you know, in other aspects of the game that might have changed the outcome? Absolutely. 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 All right, so what do we got on the agenda for today? We got some good college football. We got a giveaway to do here in a little bit. We have a giveaway to do here in a little bit, which we'll do here in a little bit. Albert, I see you just took advantage of a monster sale. Of a monster sale. Give me 1 second, folks. Just making sure everything's good. Thank you, Albert. I see you jumped on the 1 year of Guaranteed Saturday and 1 year of my Game of the Weeks. On sale for $14.99. Not a bad deal considering Guaranteed Saturday is $150 a week. Jalen says it's hilarious when people say the NFL is rigged, the same people who say the clouds are fake. You know, I agree with you. Do I believe that it's rigged? No. Do I believe people bet on the games? Absolutely. Do I believe the players throw a game? No, I don't. Do I think that referees get caught betting? Yes, because we know what's happened over the years. Do I think it's like just all around? No, I think it's an isolated incident, and for the most part, I think it rarely happens. Rarely happens. Princess Chacha says, nice Black Friday special. You're very welcome. Thank you. A lot of Black Friday deals going on. Adam, thank you for jumping on board. The UFC. Good deal there. Good deal there. UFC yearly pass, including the max fight picks. David, do I parlay? No, I don't. I bet them all straight up. And I believe I seen an email from you this morning asking about that. I just didn't have time to reply to it yet. The way that you bet all of our plays, and the only way to be successful long-term, David, is to not parlay your bets. Bet them all individually straight up. I don't care if you bet them for $10 a piece or $10,000 a piece. You bet them each individually. The same amount across the board. So if you're a $100 better, they're $100 a piece. Well, good thing we don't get into politics here, Princess Chachu. So, guess we'll never find out or have that discussion here. Loyalty Booker, what's Black Friday deals? A lot of crazy deals. You want to know about them? Just head over to our website, cappersdirect.com. You can click on the premium tab. You can click on the UFC tab, the guaranteed tab. Tons of Black Friday specials going on. Tons of deals going on. Alrighty. No, Game of the Week is not included in the combo package. The combo package, you get a week of premium plays, a week of my personal plays. You get guaranteed Saturday, the UFC Max Fight the Max Fight pick, as well as the Sunday NFL guaranteed play. Scott, it doesn't matter what color you are. Everybody can buy on any given day. That's for sure. Tan, what's my betting amount? For myself, 3 to 5 times more. At a minimum. Based on how we've been doing. Definitely 3 to 5 times more at a minimum. From like my personal plays or a premium play to a game of the week or guaranteed Saturday. James Clark, if you bought the 1-day UFC for $29.99, no, the Max Fight pick is not included. Max Fight pick is always separate and it comes with a guarantee. Give me 1 second here. You gotta love it when people email in and say, my game of the week makeup is not there, but yet it's been in their account since late last night. Because I actually confirmed myself. I checked everybody's account. Hold on 1 second, folks. Cappers Direct. Oh, okay, yeah. Welcome aboard, bud. I send out all my plays via text. Is this Kevin? Okay. What I'll do is Yep. What's going on, buddy? I'm live right now, but I'm gonna text them to you right now so you have them. Okay. Welcome aboard. All right, buddy. All right. Bye-bye. If you were on my game of the week last week, I assure you, my game of the week is in your account. If you can't see it because you have another package, remember, you have to, if you're using a cell phone, you have to turn it sideways, like this. Scroll down until you see your username, not at the bottom. Just scroll down a little bit until you see your username. Then there's a small little box with 4 windows in it. Right underneath your username. You got to click that box. Click that box and then scroll down. Turn your phone sideways, click the small box with 4 windows in it. And then you're good to go. And you'll be able to see all your packages that you have. Justice says you posted at 10:06 last night. Game of the week winner. And as it was being posted, Ken, I'm definitely not a bookie, that's for sure. Definitely not a bookie. As it was getting posted, accounting was still reactivating accounts because there was an absolute ton of them, and it took them a little while to reactivate the accounts. But they got all the accounts reactivated by like 11 p.m. Eastern time last night, or no, 10:30 Eastern time, whatever it was, shortly after it was posted. And then they emailed out letting everybody know that it was posted. But I went back in last night from home, logged in, and I checked to make sure everybody had access to it, to make sure nobody was left out. So if you can't find it, it's in there. I promise you. Tan, am I going to go over all the games today? Well, I'm going to try and hit all the football games. I don't know if I'm going to have the ability to go over all the games, but I'm definitely going to try. That's for sure. All righty. I don't know about you guys, but Travis, I need you to get me back on track. Whichever one you want, premium or personal, Travis, either one will treat you either one will treat you fine. In the long run, either one will treat you fine. Tan, I'm definitely going to try and hit all the football games. Ying, I can try. I don't know. As long as, let me see if I can find your account in here without needing a username. You were on last week. My game of the week, let's see here. I just purchased game of the week last night. I don't remember if I was on your game of the week last week. There's a way you can check and see if I was on your game. You were. So you're owed a game of the week. So what I could do is I could add you on to next week, or send me an email and we can figure something out and move you to a different package. Princess Chachu, as far as college basketball goes, it's everybody here. We don't have just one person for college basketball. Thomas, thank you. You sent me an email for a recommendation on a package to order. Where did you email it to? Did you email it to me? Kyle@cappersdirect.com. Again, if you guys are signing up for the Bet Online promotion, you need to send it to my email address, not the company's. You need to send it to my email address, not the company's. Ying, definitely email into the company at cd@cappersdirect.com. That's the company's email. All right? If you guys are wanting the Bet Online promotion, I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. You guys got to read the instructions. The only one that will activate you for that is me. So if you email the company, if you're just emailing into the company, they're not going to activate it for you. It's my promotion. And you got to read the instructions. You got to send a copy of your sign-up email. You got to include your account number. That way we can verify that you signed up using our link and the promo code. And you actually need to send in a screenshot of either the email or the receipt showing that you actually made a deposit. Scott, do I have a favorite sport to handicap? The Tijuana Turtles down in Tijuana? No. Actually, I don't. Whichever one's making me money. I'm non-denominational when it comes to sports betting. Non-denominational when it comes to sports betting. Which, in my opinion, in order to be successful, I think one has to take the word favorite out of the equation. Yeah, Justice, the company doesn't want that work for a promotion that I'm running. Thank you to a show sponsor in Bet Online. So that's my promotion that I'm running with them. James Clark, UFC won't be out until after the weigh-ins. So later on this evening. Later on this late afternoon, early evening. How much money can you make on betting? Zach wants to know, the question is, how much money can you bet? Dylan, you sent it to CP. There is no CP. It's CD. C is in Cappers, D is in Direct. So it's probably why nobody probably replied to you. But again, you guys got to make sure you guys get the email address correct. I will take a look, Dylan, but I didn't see one. I don't see one. You might try resending it, but I don't see one from you. Alrighty. So we're going to jump into the games. Dylan, send it to the company, please. Send it to the company, please. Unless you want me to look at it probably later in the day, I would definitely send it to the company. Rodney says, I can tell you how much you could lose if you don't sign up with CD. Thank you, Rodney. I appreciate the kind words. Jalen, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. Says that, says all he's saying is it's ridiculous to believe that all 64 men and staff on all 32 football teams constantly go out and act out entire football games and mistakes on purpose. And Jalen, if somebody's theory that was correct, which I'm in agreement with you, it's not, it would be talked about by disgruntled, retired, disgruntled, injured, disgruntled ex-employees that got cut, that couldn't make it. If that was the case, it would be widespread knowledge that it was the WWE. Y'all know wrestling's fake. And it's scripted and it's planned. The NFL, not so much. TD says, fire the Dallas Cowboy coach. I agree. J-Rock says, you think that loudmouth like Terrell Owens would be able to keep quiet, right? Exactly. Exactly. If that shit was rigged, it would already be known by every player. You wouldn't need to have all 64, but it would definitely be widespread knowledge. If the NFL's fake and rigged, then why do you guys bet on it? If you actually think it's rigged, why do you guys waste your fucking money and bet on it? Wrestling is real. Okay. Do people bet? Absolutely. That I agree on. All right. Enough of that subject. The last thing I will say on that subject is if you actually think it's rigged, then why put your money on it? Yeah, there is WWE betting offshore. Absolutely. That's because the winner's outcome is not publicly known. Prince Judge says it's only rigged when I lose. Perry, I make more money betting. I don't need to sell a package. People want to buy, fantastic. If they don't, no big deal. Remember, I don't make $1 if you guys buy a premium play package or a guaranteed Saturday package. I don't make $1 off of that. I make a little extra when you guys buy a personal play package of mine. But premium plays and all that, I get paid by the company. The only thing rigged is there'll be orange juice injected into my turkey on Thanksgiving. TSEP, definitely rough business. Definitely rough business. Alrighty. Exactly, Justice. Exactly. He definitely swung games. He definitely blew the whistle quite a bit. Can it happen? Absolutely. You know, they actually have a couple organizations that monitor every single line movement on every single game on both pro sports and college. When a rumor comes out in the NCAA about something shady, it's actually handled by the NCAA and a private security firm. And when I say security, not guarding the bank security, they investigate it immediately before games. Actually, in the middle of games, I've seen players pulled out. No different than on pro sports. Kenny White has been involved in it for years. There's a couple other organizations that work directly with the NFL regarding it. Just last year, what was that Arizona Cardinals player's name? Granted, he was on the injured reserve, and he actually never even reported to the team when he was traded or signed with them, but he was on the injured reserve. Got caught betting at halftime, making a 3-team parlay for $500. Got suspended. Betting on his team. Granted, and he was on the injured reserve, and he never even reported. I forget the name. I forget his name. We talked about it last year. They actually track everything, and believe it or not, it's absolutely insane. If you ever have a conversation with any of these individuals, I went to a sports betting conference a couple years ago, and one of the individuals was there to talk about point shaving and rigging and what they do to not only monitor it, prevent it, and intercept it, and what they do in the middle of it. It's absolutely insane. Actually, T-Step, I believe the referees are probably more than likely, they have their own referees union, so I'm going to assume they're all paid as self-contractors, but either way, can a referee be liable? Hey, Pete Rose says he never bet on himself, right? Pete Rose never bet on himself. And it's funny, I actually have a baseball, and I've shown you guys it. I'm sorry I bet on baseball. I'm sorry I bet on baseball email. Joseph, thank you for jumping on board a year of my personal plays. Glad to have you on, brother. Jared, I see you jumped on board for the UFC package as well. Travis, thanks for jumping on board the premium plays. So, enough of that subject. It is what it is. Everybody's going to have difference of opinions. But I do have this to say, and then we'll end the subject and we'll get to the breakdowns. If you actually think it's rigged, why do you bet it? If you actually think it's rigged, why bet it? Dr. Franco, Pete Rose will be in the Hall of Fame one day. I have no doubt about it. No doubt about it in my mind. Pete Rose will be in the Hall of Fame one day. One day, Pete Rose will be in the Hall of Fame. In my opinion. Alrighty, so we're going to jump in to some college football breakdowns for everybody, because we're going to have some fun today. Machines are rigged. People still play those. We actually have like a 51% win ratio. Slot machines, if you ever... Hold on one second. Max fight pick. Goff versus Brady would definitely pay very well as far as advertising money goes. Dr. Franklin, can you please get off the subject? You're talking to a cloud. I do agree. I think it's a moot point. But if you think you're betting on something that's not fair, why bet it at all? All right. So, oh dear Lord. Give me 1 second, guys and gals. I do apologize. Give me 1 second. I do apologize. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, so we're going to start. We're going to go down the list of games, and then we're going to start bouncing around because I know we can't more than likely hit all of them. So, because I would like to be able to talk some basketball a little bit later. Anthony says Pete Rose, Barry Bonds, and Mark McGwire will be in the Hall of Fame one day. I do agree. Michael, what's going on, brother? What's up, Kyle? Any Black Friday deals for just a day of premium picks? Nope. No one-day packages. Do you use BetOnline for all your bets? Also, do you bet with cash or Bitcoin? No, I don't use BetOnline for all of my bets. And I deposit Bitcoin. Joe Jet, thank you. Thank you, Joseph, for getting on board the year package. Says in business, to make money, you have to spend money. So I signed up for your yearly package. I appreciate that. I'm glad to have you on board for the next year. I know it's been a little while since you've been with me personally. I think it's been since March or February of last year, but I'm glad to have you back on board, especially for the year. And taking advantage of those killer deals. The after Thanksgiving Black Friday sales are absolutely insane. Alrighty. Umass and Liberty. Umass and Liberty to start the day. I don't know about you guys, but it's time for some breakfast. We got to get this show on the road. I did promise the old missus that I would come home after the live show, not right after, but shortly after, and cook a late breakfast, early brunch. So, breakfast needs to be made. That's strange. Give me 1 second, folks. Alrighty. Mistakes shouldn't be made by professionals. However, you guys have to remember, you're not betting on robots. You're not betting on marbles. Shit's gonna happen when you're dealing with humans. shit can and will happen. You know, I think that's just human nature. Zeke's going to fumble the ball every now and then. Shit happens. Manuel in the house. Joshua just ate 300 milligrams of edibles. Very nice. All right. So, UMass, Liberty. As I get all of that good stuff up, got everything popping up. We're going to go over the percentages, where the money's at. We're going to have a grand old time. Now, just because I break down the games doesn't mean I'm going to give you a free play on every single swing and side and total. All right? That's not how the show works. We do have our premium plays and my personal plays. But I will give you a lean where I can give you a lean. I will help you out where I can help you out. And we will do what we need to do. All right, game starting in 49 minutes. We've got money to be made. All right, my premium plays are already bet. My personal plays are already bet. Game of the week is already fired on. However, I will be rebetting it at least another time, at least one more time, because I love my game of the week. Speaking of the game of the week, if you're not on it, which I know an absolute shit pile of you guys are, and I'm very grateful for everybody that is on it. You have until 4 p.m. Eastern time. I'm not telling you if it's one of the 4 p.m. Eastern time games or if it's the last game on the board at 7:30 Eastern time between Oregon and Oregon State. It's somewhere between the Central Michigan and Eastern Michigan game and Oregon Oregon State game. Right in the middle somewhere. All right? Or on one of the ends. You just never know. But if you want to know, you got to get on board. T-Step says picks now, picks now. Not how it happens. Not how it happens around here. But if you want to get on my game of the week, it does come with a cost. It's $100. Comes with my guarantee, my personal guarantee. Guaranteed to win, or I will give you my next one free. Junior Gonzalez, if you would like picks, feel free to go to our website, cappersdirect.com. Sign up, pick out a package that best suits your bankroll and your budget, and you can have all of our picks today. Right in there. So, UMass and Liberty. Line is down to 35 for Liberty, minus $1.11 at BetOnline. Jonathan Boss says, trust the process, Kyle. Put money from your books' pockets into your pockets. There's nobody better at that, baby. Total on this one, sitting over and under 57 points. Now, first half, Liberty laying 23, over and under 31.5, which is an interesting line. Because UMass's total points on the entire game is 10.5. Yet, in the first half alone, there is an 8-point differential between Liberty's line and what the full game total is. So basically what they're telling you is either Liberty's going to score a snot ton of points in the first half, or they're saying UMass is going to put some up. They got to get to 31.5 in order for it to go over somehow. But yet, UMass's total for the entire game is set at 10.5. 47.5 for Liberty, which gets you to 58. Very interesting lines when it comes to that. But yet, UMass's first half total is 3.5. Excuse me. Liberty's first half team total It's 27.5. Interesting numbers. Kind of confusing when you look at them and you start analyzing where that first half price came at. Over and under 31.5. Liberty only laying 23. Now, when you start diving into the game, you pop that game up here for everybody, which I will in just a split second. It's game number 281. Got to scroll to the bottom for that one. All right, so if I even have that on my chart here, that game number must have changed along the way because I definitely don't have that game number. But anyways, real quick, because we're gonna run through some of these a little quicker than we normally would. All right, because I want to be able to try and get through all of them for you guys, if that's even possible, and then talk a little college basketball. You got UMass. They're 0-3 on the year. All right, 0-3 on the year. They just lost to Florida Atlantic 24-2. They got a safety, and that was it. They lost to Marshall 51-10. They should be very generous, feel very generous that Marshall allowed them to put up 10 because Southern Miss blanked them 41-0. All right, and then you've got Red Hot Liberty. Red Hot Liberty coming off of their first loss of the entire year. They just lost to NC State a whopping 15-14. All right? 15-14. It was that safety in the third quarter, which was the only points that NC State put up in the third quarter, ultimately got them the win because they got a touchdown at the end of the game. They ended up going for 2 and they ended up missing it. They ended up with a 1-point victory, 15-14. Liberty did cover the total in that one. Other than that, Liberty has won 8 games before that, beating Western Carolina. They beat Virginia Tech by 3. They beat Southern Miss 56-35. They beat Syracuse 38-21. They beat Louisiana Monroe 40-7, North Alabama 28-7, FIU 36-34, and a Western Kentucky team 30-24. Now, I will be the first to admit give me 1 second. Number we put out if possible. Now, I will be the first to admit, I gave Liberty no credit. No credit whatsoever. None. Literally none. All along. When they beat Virginia Tech, which obviously is a quality program, they definitely got my attention. They came back the next week. They slaughtered Western Carolina. I was peaking, and they were definitely piquing attention on me. Against NC State, I still was not that big of a believer. I still was not that big of a believer. Here you are. You've got 89% of all against the spread bets as of right now rolling in on Liberty. Just 11% on UMass. 78% taking the over. And the total is down. Somebody said 58. It's actually sitting at 57 right now. It's actually sitting at 57 right now. As far as this game goes, there are a couple of avenues that I like. The line is down to 35. I'm not sure I'm sold on the 5 touchdowns. However, it is UMass. They put up 12 points in 3 games. They put up 0, 10, and then 2. So I'm going to lean on Liberty laying the 35. All right, I'm going to lean on Liberty laying the 35. I think they get the job done. Now, they have a first half team total of 27.5. The first half team total over 27.5, I do lean towards as well. That's their team total. All right, their first half team total. Or sorry, not team total. Actually, yes, team total. I was thinking the half, the total on the half of the game is 31.5. I wasn't a fan of that one. I don't have much faith in UMass putting up many points. The team total for Liberty in the first half, Jalen, we're talking about football. UMass and Liberty. Liberty's first half team total is 27.5. 4 touchdowns, 4 extra points, and you've got a winner. I do lean towards that. I actually lean strong enough where I'm going to be betting it personally. All right? Can UMass score a point? They put up 10 against Marshall, so it's possible. Liberty turns the ball over in their own zone, then there'll definitely be a possibility that they score. So Liberty's first half team total over 27.5. We're going to make that a free play for you guys. Look at all that. We gave you guys a free play right away. Don't say I don't love and appreciate you guys. Don't say I don't love and appreciate you guys. That you guys can't say. So the board is blank. I'm going to slide on over here. Well, we almost got the board to do it correctly for us. All right. First one on the board. Slide on back over here. All right. We're going to roll through some of these pretty quickly for you guys today. By the way, great day on free plays yesterday. The only thing that ruined a perfect day on that was Coach McCarthy. Tom says, Eric, quit spamming. We saw it in the first 5 times. Yes, very much. No need to spam and say the same thing 375 times. Or 5. Same thing. Alrighty. Shotgun says, at Bookie Killer, is Liberty that good? Liberty's good. But they did just lose to an NC State team. An unranked NC State team, I might add. 15-14. Pat, thank you. I actually see that, Paul. Thank you. Thanks for jumping on board the premium plays. I think you'll like them today. Now, we'll take a look at the Iowa State and Texas game. A little college basketball update. Gonzaga up by 10 with 10:44 left in the first. It's 28-18. Christopher Bayer says UMass is that bad. Exactly. Johnny K says, dang, my Liberty team total is at 28.5 for the first half. Well, if your team total is 28.5, I'd probably stay off of it. Princess Chachu minus 185. Yahoo. That's rough. BetOnline is much cheaper as far as the juice goes. Marcola, how am I feeling about my personal plays? I love them and I bet them or else I wouldn't have put them out. That's one thing that you guys never have to ask me. How are you feeling about your plays? Because if I wasn't feeling them, I promise you I wouldn't put my hard-earned money on them and then say, have you guys put your money on them? Cool, Eric. Well, like one time is enough. 2 times is like a little overbearing, but, acceptable. The 3rd time is, whack. Reading through the comments. Charlie Kyle, your man, please say morning to Digital. Good morning, Digital. Thank you for being a new follower. Greatly appreciate it. But again, asking me how I feel about my personal plays or the premium plays today, I assure you, I probably have more money on it than 99% of our clients. And we have some clients betting some serious money on it. And that's not to brag or say anything. But I wouldn't have money on it if I didn't believe in it, let alone ask my clients to put their money on it. 17 Clippers says, but plus both his picks are probably going to lose. Joe Free says, Kyle bets 99% of the plays he gives to us. That's an actual incorrect statement. I bet 100% of the plays that I give to you. Ty, my game of the week is today, brother. Game of the week is today, and it's already posted on the website. Game of the week is today, and it's already on the website. It's been up there since last night. Been up there since last night. Bucky Killer says, I'd be surprised if UMass was to get more than just a few field goals. A few field goals at best. Marcola, not ripping your head off at all. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. In order for me to put out a play, I'm betting on it. So to ask me how I'm feeling about them, you're right. The only dumb question is the ones that you don't ask. But I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know. That's one thing you never have to ask me is because I'm betting on it. How am I feeling about the games? If I wasn't feeling it, I wouldn't bet it. And if I'm not betting it, I promise you, my clients are not betting it. Ross Pitts says, nice background. It was for Jeff. It was for Jeff. All right, so we're going to break down the next game because it does start in 31 minutes. Bookie Killer says the only problem with spreads is they'll take their best teams out or the best players out when they're winning by a lot. Yes and no. In a day and age of rankings and how they beat a team, especially when you're fighting for a better bowl spot. Obviously, we know Liberty pissed away. Not that Liberty even stand a chance to make the 4-team playoff. But in order to get maybe one of those New Year's Day bowls or one of the better bowl games, which they won't be in the running for, obviously, because they don't sell advertising. But they're definitely going to need to run up the scores. And you keep seeing it. There's teams that keep running up the score and they play to the end. A team like Liberty will keep running up the score. A team like Liberty will keep running up the score. Again, the combo package, the $300 combo package, does not include my game of the week, everybody. It includes guaranteed Saturday, the Sunday NFL play, and the UFC Max Fight Pick. Link me to it. Says, Kyle, you have my sports book rattled. I place a bet now. Even if it's on a smaller side, they review my bets before they process it. It was not like that in the past when I was writing solo and losing. Well, we'll definitely change that or change the outcome in the long run of what you've been doing. So I'm glad to hear that. Alex says, chubby cheeks. I've always had chubby cheeks. Just always have chubby cheeks. Alrighty, so we're running a little bit behind, so we need to pick up this damn pace. 300 people here. Appreciate you guys being here. I would like to give out some more packages. So, 314 and growing, as we did yesterday, get us to 250 likes. And I'll start giving away packages, including premium plays, my game of the week, maybe a UFC package. Maybe some special promo codes for some hefty discounts. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Johnny K, I've seen that way too many times. Way too many times. You get on a roll on certain bets and all of a sudden what you've been betting on is not there. Dakota Sanders, thank you for signing up for 3 days of my personal plays. Glad to have you on board. I'll be sending you those plays. And then we're going to break down this next game. And then the next game and the next game, we're going to get the show on the road. Make sure this number is correctly. Alrighty. Thank you, Kate. I appreciate that. You wake up at 4 a.m. You must be in Hawaii. All right. So, next one that we're going to do. We're going to do that good Ohio State Texas game for everybody. Hot diggity dog game, 143, 144. Backing out of this, the odds on the Liberty game. That way we can get to the Iowa State game. Amara says, no excuse to not hit the like button for Kyle. We definitely appreciate that. And I look forward to giving away packages again. Thank you, Ron. Always glad to have you tuning in with us. Iowa State and Texas. As of right now, Iowa State is laying 2, minus $1.12, plus 2, minus 108 for Texas. with a total over and under 57.5 points. Just a little bit ago, a couple hours ago, it was at 57. It is now rising. It is now rising with a first half spread for Iowa State laying a half minus 120 on the money line, plus a half minus 108 for Texas, with a total in the first half over and under 27.5 points. So basically saying it's going to have a much more higher scoring second half than you do the first half. Team total points has Iowa State listed at 28.5, Texas 28.5 for an even Steven 57 when you combine them both. First half Ohio State. First half Iowa State 13.5, Texas 13.5 as well. Which one's going to put up 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points as far as team totals go? Again, this game does start in 24 minutes. Anthony says we're 102 away from free packages. Rest assured, I know you'll get there. Michael, yes. The Sunday NFL play for the makeup, for everybody that was on it last week, because we were 9-1 and we lost and we're now 9-2. That will be in your account, just like clockwork. Check on Sunday. So when you start diving into this game, by the way, Gonzaga up 13, Virginia up 5-0. You got Iowa State 6-2 straight up, 4-4 against the spread, 4-4 to the over, and then you got Texas 5-2 straight up, 2-4-1 against the spread, 5-2 to the over. Great over team, horrible against the spread team so far this year. Texas is riding a 3-game win streak after winning 2 straight to start the year against UTEP and Texas Tech. They dropped 2 to TCU and Oklahoma, losing 33-31 to TCU and losing 53-45 to Oklahoma, which is a team that Iowa State beat towards the beginning of the season. Since their 2 losses, they've rattled off 3 straight wins. 2 of them stayed under the total, whereas the middle game went over. That was against West Virginia. Their game against against Baylor is the one that went over. Their game against, Oklahoma, I can't read, dyslexic today. Oklahoma State is the one that went over. Against Baylor, that game stayed under the total of 61. It was a 27-16 victory. They won by 11. They were laying 11. They ended up pushing on the spread. The game against Oklahoma State, they were actually a 3.5-point dog. They ended up winning outright 41-34. Not only did they win, they covered the spread as a 3.5-point dog because they won outright. And that game went over the total of 58.5 by flying colors. 34-41. That was an easy one. Now their game against West Virginia. Boy, was that a barn burner 20 days ago. You guys all remember that one. We had a guaranteed Saturday on that play. That one went nowhere. That was a game that had more chances for scoring and never even got close. 17-13 final. Texas won. Did not cover the spread of 6.5. And it stayed way under the total by a country mile. Iowa State, on the other hand, opened up the year losing to our Raging Cajuns. 31-14. Hot diggity dog. Boy, did we think the Raging Cajuns were going to be some hot shit after that. Then they ran into TCU, Oklahoma, and Texas Tech. All teams they put away. They beat TCU 37-34, which was a team Texas lost to. Then they beat Oklahoma 37-30, which is a team that Texas lost to. Then they beat Texas Tech 31-15. Texas barely beat Texas Tech 63-56. They did lose to Oklahoma State 24-21, which was a team that Texas beat by a touchdown. Ever since that loss, which was their second loss of the season, they rattled off 3 straight wins, much like Texas, beating Baylor 38-31, beating Kansas 52-22, and most recently last week beating Kansas State 45-0. 45-0. You've got Iowa State averaging 34.4 points per game. You've got Texas averaging just over 40 at 40.4. You've got Iowa State averaging that monster 5.6 yards per carry, as well as 205 on the ground. 232 in the air at 7.6 yards per passing attempt. Texas averaging 167 on the ground, 4.5 yards per carry, 270 in the air, 7.3 yards per passing attempt. As far as the defensive numbers go, Texas giving up 29.7 points per game to the 23.4 of Iowa State. Iowa State on defense gives up 3 yards a carry, 104 yards on average per game, compared to the 3.2, very similar number. 119 on the ground is what Texas gives up. The Iowa State's secondary gives up a little more yardage, 7.5 yards per passing attempt at 230 in the air. Less passes, more yardage on average, compared to Texas, who gives up 6.7 and 282, but they've been in some major shootouts so far this year. Both teams are plus in the turnover category, led by Texas at +4, +1 for Iowa State, 3-point turnover differential, +3 on the differential there. Iowa State 6-1-1 against the spread before having to play West Virginia, who they get next week. Iowa State 10-0 to the under as an underdog of 7 points or less. Iowa State 10-0 to the under when they're an underdog. Texas is 1-8-1 against the spread their last 3 years when playing at home against high-scoring teams that average 32 points per game or more. Now, the last 5 games in the head-to-head series have all gone under the total. Is that going to change today? Are we finally going to see a Texas and Iowa State total that goes over the total? Last year, 23-21 Iowa State. 2018, 24-10 Texas. 2017, 17-7 Texas. 2016, 27-6 Texas. And then in 2015, which Iowa State Texas fans don't want to remember that, they were blanked by Iowa State 24-0. As far as this game goes, as far as the side, I do lean on this one. I don't necessarily think the +2 is giving Texas a major advantage to want to bet on them. Both have a solid run defense. Iowa State has a better run program. As far as this game goes, run defense is very similar. Now, Texas has had to defend a passing play on average 11 times more than Iowa State, so obviously they're giving up more yardage through the air. However, that average number is less. Now, the difference between 4.5 yards a carry and 5.6, that's a big difference. That's a big difference for the, rush yardage for each team. However, 4.5 is a hell of a number. 4.5 yards per carry is a hell of a number. To say Texas doesn't score much, they've had some low-scoring games. They put up 59 against UTEP, 63 against Texas Tech, 31 in their loss to TCU, which Ohio State only scored 37 against them. They did put up 45 in their loss to Oklahoma, where Iowa State was able to put up 37 in their win against them. They put up 27 against Baylor, 41 against Oklahoma State, and then they had their very low-scoring game. Dante, I see that. Thank you for jumping on board my personal plays. And as soon as we get off of this breakdown, I'm going to text them to you right now, okay? As far as this game goes, so to say Texas doesn't score enough points, they're actually averaging more points per game than Iowa State. They're averaging 40.4 points per game. Don NG says, hey, my book is giving me 28.5 for Liberty team total. Should I do it for the first half? I wouldn't. If it's above 27.5, I definitely would not. Matt says Texas has had 20 days to prepare. As far as this goes, I lean towards the home dog. I lean towards Texas plus the 2. Again, I don't have a play on this, but I do lean towards Texas plus the 2. This may be a great teaser opportunity. You could take one of those great 7.5-point bet online teasers and tease them up to 9.5. I don't see them losing by a lot if for some reason they do lose. But I definitely lean towards Texas. Again, a lean for the 319 that are here. A lean is a lean. It's something that I like, but I necessarily may not be betting it. I have no problem telling you, hey guys, I'm leaning towards this, but I'm betting it, all right? But I'm betting it. This is not the case in this game, not as of right now. Now, in the next 14 minutes, is that going to change? Let's be honest, probably not. Probably not. Dante, I've got those games coming your way right now, brother. I do appreciate you signing on board. Give me 1 second, brother. I got it coming your way right now. Give me 1 second. All right, Dante, they are set. I do appreciate you signing up, as well as everybody. Rich says 300 plus people here. That's awesome, boys. Smash that thumbs up button. We definitely appreciate it. Once you guys get to 250, I'll start giving away packages, including my game of the week, which you have until 4 p.m. Eastern time to get on board for. 4 p.m. Eastern time to get on board for my game of the week. A lot of great packages and Black Friday deals going on the website, so don't miss out. Now, we're going to move right along. Gonzaga up 13, 45-32. East Tennessee State up by 1. Virginia up by 6. Give me 1 second, folks. All right. A lot of college basketball today. A lot of good games late, actually. Nico, what would I recommend? Premium plays or personal plays? They will both treat you right. Premium plays you'll get on the website. My personal plays I'll text to you. So both will treat you right. Julio Rodriguez says, Iowa State or Texas, over or under? Well, I actually have a play on that one. I've got a personal play on that one. So if you want to know, you got to get on board for that one. Alex Rodriguez, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning to everybody, actually. And remember, tomorrow is Saturday. What does that mean? What does that mean? We'll be live tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. If you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button. We go live 7 days a week. So we'll be live again tomorrow. Well, chicken sauce, we'll break down that game. But again, I may not have a lean on that one. I may have a premium play on that, but we may take a look at it. But we will definitely take a look at that game. We're going to try and hit all the games. Now that we got the 2 games that start in the next 11 minutes out of the way, now that we got those out of the way, we're going to bounce around from game to game in no particular order. Princess Chachu Guaranteed Saturday will be on the website a little bit later today, I was told. A little bit later today, it'll be on the website. There's more football and things to bet. Generally speaking, yeah, but, believe it or not, there's not an extreme amount of games because we got a very busy Friday, and we had games spread out throughout the week. All right, so Jalen going to go night fishing tomorrow. Now you're talking, brother. Now you're talking, making me jealous. Making me jealous. We will take a look at that Nebraska and Iowa game. Only because we've got the Iowa Stadium picture on the background for Jeff. Now, please do remember that we do have plays that our clients are paying for, so just because we're breaking down the game doesn't necessarily mean I'm just going to bust out and give you guys exactly all of those, but I will definitely help you guys out where I can. Actually, I just got my bass boat back. I got it back a month ago from getting carpet and seats and a new cover done. And then they ended up needing a new shift cable and a controller. So I literally just got it back just earlier in the week. So super excited there. I'll be going fishing maybe one day this weekend. And next week for sure we're going back up to the mountains. To that little lake we've been going to. All right, folks, give me 1 second. We're going to get this next breakdown on the way for everybody. Give me 1 quick second here. I mean, what the heck? Give me 1 second, I apologize. That's weird. One quick second. That's so weird. My phone screen just completely froze on me. Anyways, all right, never mind then. Okay. William likes Pepperdine on the money line against UCLA today. Bold call. Jalen, I've actually been to Okeechobee quite a bit. Love Okeechobee down there. Love Okeechobee. All right, so next game that we're going to be breaking down, Iowa, Nebraska, hot diggity dog. Or for others, Nebraska, Iowa. We pop up this matchup here, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun today, folks. Iowa 3-2 on the year after opening up 2 straight losses to Purdue and Northwestern. They have definitely rattled back, beating Michigan State, Minnesota, and Penn State. And then you've got Nebraska, guys. They're 1-3 straight up, 1-3 against the spread, 1-3 to the over. As far as Nebraska goes, they just lost to the Fighting Illini 41-23, but they beat Penn State 30-23 in an upset, where everybody thought Penn State was finally going to notch their first victory of the year. They lost to Ohio State. They got smashed by them. They also lost to Northwestern in a close game, 21-13. Iowa is 7-0 against the spread, against mediocre teams being outscored by opponents by more than 4.5 points, per game. Nebraska 3-12-1 against the spread. Their last 5 years against elite rushing teams averaging more than 5 yards per carry. Iowa averaging 5 yards even. Matter of fact, both teams with that big 5 yards on average per rushing attempt, led by Nebraska, who averages 40 rushing attempts a game and 200 yards a game on the ground. Iowa averaging 5 yards a carry, 182 on the ground. When it comes to the passing game, both very similar numbers, 5.8 yards per passing attempt for Iowa, 6.1 for Nebraska. When it comes to the defense, Nebraska's defense has been giving up 34.2 points per game compared to the even Steven 16 of Iowa, who has kept many teams in check. When it comes to that run defense, Iowa definitely has the better run defense, holding teams at 2.6 yards per carry, 103 yards on the ground given up. I'm very curious to see how Iowa is able to defend the Nebraska running game. Nebraska's running game is strong. They average 5 yards a carry. If you average 5 yards a carry, it will definitely open up any type of play-action pass. For the most part, Iowa's secondary is pretty stout, giving up just 6.1 yards per passing attempt, 217 on the ground, and that big +7 on turnovers. There's a 12 turnover differential as Nebraska is -5 on turnovers. Now Nebraska, let's start with their secondary. They give up 226 on the 226 in the air, 8.1 yards on average per passing attempt. They only average giving up 28 passing plays a game that they have to defend to. Why? Because teams have been just running the ball against them. That front line, that run defense has not been very good, giving up 4.7 yards per carry, 225 on the ground. So teams just keep doing this to them. They just keep pounding it up the middle, keep pounding the run. Fighting Illini, Penn State, Northwestern, Ohio State, they just keep running against them. That's all they've had to do. Run against them to be successful. Nebraska will turn the ball over, and you'll have plenty of opportunities. Focus Sports says Penn State University coach is killing them. Coaches can definitely kill a team. We saw it yesterday with the Cowgirls. Now, the last couple meetings, over the total of 6-1 in the last 7 meetings between these two rivalries. 4 straight overs. The dog has covered the spread 2 straight times. Let me repeat that. The dog has covered the spread 2 straight times. Last year, Nebraska was a 3.5-point underdog. They lost 27-24. They covered by the hook. We saw a total of 46.5, and it went to 51, went over. 2018, Iowa beat Nebraska by 3 again. They were laying 8.5 at home. They won by 3. Nebraska covered the spread. It also went over the total of 52.5, as there was 59 points scored. There is a very good over theme rolling in this contest. There is definitely a very good over theme rolling in this contest. When you take a look at both parties, first of all, you got Iowa putting up 33 points a game to the 20.8 of Nebraska. When you take a look at their defense, Nebraska giving up 34.2, Iowa giving up 16. Total on this game set at 53.5. The number on Iowa is down to 12.5, which is actually a shocker. Chicken Sauce says Iowa laying 14. It is down to 12.5 as of right now. Rory, did I use the whiteboard? I have used the Vibe Interactive whiteboard. Nico says Iowa's down to 12 now. We're going to take a look at that. It is 12.5 on Bet Online. We're going to take a look at the money aspect of that and see if the money has shifted, which I'm expecting it to. But then again, we have seen many reverse line movements in the last week. Not much of a line movement at all. Not much of a money difference when it comes to that. More than likely, you got the reverse line movement. The line dropping, definitely going to fool some people one way or another. Either fooling you into taking Iowa or fooling you into thinking everybody's taking Nebraska, and you should as well. That's what they do when you see the reverse line movement. How can you tell there's a reverse line movement? Because literally that line has dropped 1.5 to 2 full points in the last 2 hours, and the percentages are identical, 78 to 22. Take a 3-point difference for variation for accuracy in these percentages, and it could be either 81 or 75, 3% either direction. Reading through some of the comments. Anyways, as far as the side of this goes, we have a play on the side. We have a premium play on the side. As far as the total goes, I think we see some points. I think we see some points in this game. Personal opinion. I think we see some points in this game. All right? Personal opinion. Lean. Strong lean. Strong lean. The over in this one, currently sitting at 53.5. I do lean towards the over. I don't think it goes over by a country mile. J-Rock says, Jeff said, I will buy $1 million, so I'll go with that. Joe Free, do I think the bookies move the lines on purpose? Absolutely. There's nobody better at playing mind tricks on you than Vegas. They do it every day. I definitely feel the over in this one. I don't think it goes into the 70s or high 60s. I think it gets over. I think it's going to be 5 to 7 points towards the over. Focus Sports says, I think we see points by Iowa late in the game. Nebraska will get their average. Nebraska's very capable of putting up points. They put up 17 against Ohio State, 13 against Northwestern, 23 against 30 in their win over Penn State, and 23 in their loss to the Fighting Illini. As far as the side of the game goes, we've got a premium play on it. If you want to get on board our premium plays, hell, you can get a 3-day package for $99. You can get a long-term package that averages just dollars per day. Just dollars per day. Thank you, Chicken Sauce. I feel like I didn't really have to answer which game we were breaking down because I've been breaking it down for 20 minutes. All right, so and the rewind button is right there for everybody to feel free to rewind. We're going to jump around games. We're going to go take a look at an evening game. We're going to go take a look at an evening game. We're going to go take a look at the Oregon and Oregon State game. And we'll bounce back down and bounce back up and bounce all around. Thomas G says, I wonder which side. Well, I wouldn't let the picture fool you. That was up there just for Jeff, just so you know. Just like Seattle was up there for LT from the Northwest. Bookie Killer says, free air fryer with premium plays. Yes, everybody who purchases premium plays will have enough money when it's all said and done to go buy an air fryer on sale for Black Friday. Yes. Now, Oregon State. First of all, Oregon laying 13 right now. That line has came down a half a point. Referral would really boost sales. You know, we could probably look at doing that. But for the most part, most people don't like to tell people they bet on sports, let alone buying sports packages. So referrals are, I'm gonna be honest. Referrals, do they happen? Yeah, we've had some great referrals. But most of you guys are closet bettors and don't want your friends and family knowing you're betting. So most of you guys aren't going to say much anyways when it comes to that, at least in my experience. But I love being wrong. But yeah, definitely, we could. I'll have them look into some type of referral thing, for sure. For sure. All right, total on the Oregon State game set at 50, dyslexic today, 65, minus 107. So you could actually get 64.5 minus $1.17. When diving into this game, pop up this breakdown for us. By the way, everybody, the Colorado and USC game is off the board, has been canceled. USC is down an entire offensive line. Princess Chachu, similar to affiliate marketing. We have the capability the ability to set up affiliate marketing. It works with our software. It's actually in our software. Oregon State is way better this year than last year. Oregon State's been a quality program. Oregon 9-1 straight up in their last 10 meetings. Oregon is 8-2 against the spread. Their last 10 games on the road against poor passing teams, averaging less than 6.15 yards per attempt. Oregon State 0-7 against the spread at home when playing on Friday. Oregon State 13-2 to the under their last 15 games at home when facing an AP top 25 team. And sad to say, the 9th-ranked Oregon Ducks, they could win out. They could beat USC in the Pac-12 championship game, assuming USC will have a chance to make now that they have a missed game. And probably, hopefully not next week as well, but it's not looking good. But even that will not be enough with 6 games in a Pac-12 championship to get Oregon into the 14 playoff. Nor, to be honest, do I believe Oregon is good enough this year. Oregon 6-1 against the spread against Oregon State. I don't believe Oregon is as quality as they were over the years. You can see it in the games that they played. Now, granted, they did whoop up on Stanford 35-14. Stanford sucks as of late. They beat up on Washington State. And they nearly lost to UCLA. 38-35 last week. Says a lot. But granted, UCLA has definitely been a program that has been improving over the years. In a battle of the state, where it is now no longer a crime and will you get arrested if you get caught with possession of meth, heroin, crack, morphine, or any of the other that shit. Anyways, whole nother subject. You've got Oregon State. They're 1-2 on the year. They just rattled off a 31-27 victory over Cal. They lost 38-28 to Washington State, and they lost 27-21 to Washington. When you take a look at the numbers and the 12 points per game that Oregon is averaging scoring more, they're averaging 38.7 points per game compared to the 26.7 of Oregon State. Oregon's averaging 209 yards on the ground, 5.7 yards per carry, compared to the 165 and 5.2 yards per carry of Oregon State. Oregon State averaging 190 in the air. 291 in the air for Oregon at 10.2 yards per passing attempt. Yes, Oregon passed a law in the last election. Now you only get a fine. It's a $25 fine. And you have the choice to either pay the fine or go to a drug-related class if you get caught with hard drugs, a.k.a. meth, heroin, crack cocaine, shrooms. Absolutely insane. Laughable, believe it or not. But anyways, back to the game at hand. Thank you, Lucky. I actually had a great Thanksgiving. I have no idea why you haven't been able to bet on a game on BetOnline. I haven't really paid attention to what lines are available and what's not, other than what's available today. As far as this game goes, you need to take a look at the defenses. Now, Oregon's defense, their run defense, has been horrible. They're giving up 5.2 yards per carry, which is the same as Oregon State. Oregon State's secondary has given up less yardage per passing attempt, 6.8, compared to the 7.6 of Oregon. Both are in the negative categories on turnovers. -2 for Oregon, -1 for Oregon State. Last year when they played, Oregon beat them by 2 touchdowns, beat them by 14. Did not cover the 21. Obviously, in my opinion, Oregon is a better team. As far as the total goes, I'm not going to go there on that one. We do have a play put out on that one. But as far as the side goes, Oregon is the better team. Tenfold. Now, their secondary is suspect, and that run defense has been really, really whack against Stanford, Washington State, and UCLA. Now, they're 2-1 against the spread, 3-0 straight up. And 2-0-1 to the over. As far as this one goes, with the line being where it's at, Oregon laying 13, I do lean towards Oregon laying the 13. Texas up 3-0 on their first drive. Umass and Liberty is at 0-0. Keep in mind, Liberty hasn't been the fastest starter of all times. Toby says, I always like the overs in the Ducks games. They're generally safe bets. They're generally safe bets. Not always, but they're generally safe bets. Same thing with the Beavers. They're 2-1 to the over. Both combined are 4-1-1 to the over out of 6 games played. Now, we're going to bounce around. We have time for about another game. And we're going to do the Notre Dame game, which I would have to say, besides the Iowa State and Texas game, the Notre Dame game will definitely be the marquee matchup of the day. This will definitely be the marquee matchup of the day. And we're going to take a look at this one. We're going to try and find some avenues. Put you guys on the goods. Now, while I pop up this breakdown, all right, give me 1 second here. Let me pop up the game number so we can get the breakdown rolling. Line currently has Notre Dame laying 5. Over and under set pretty damn high at 70. You got the big over and under on this one. You got 8-0 undefeated Notre Dame going up against 6-2 North Carolina. Yeah, Aaron, Curtis Blades in the Lewis fight is called off. Blades getting... I actually received a text message about that 2 hours ago. Who's going to watch the Mike Tyson fight tomorrow? It should be an interesting fight. Alex, I'll probably watch it, but let's be honest. No cuts, no knockouts, no knockdowns. I hope one of them swings hard. Oh, he's knocked out. Fight over. Other than that aspect of it, hopefully it's not boring. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Blades tested positive for Corona. Lamar Jackson tested positive. So, for instance, the fight as rehearsed. UNLV money line, what do I think? I don't think they stand a chance. I don't think they stand a chance against Wyoming. All right, so Notre Dame. Let's talk about Notre Dame. Here they are as an independent, finally joining a conference. And of course, I just spilled my water all over my keyboard. Give me 1 second, folks. A little water never hurt nothing. As far as Notre Dame goes, they beat up on Duke, they beat up on South Florida, they beat up on Florida State. They beat up on Louisville, they beat up on Pittsburgh, they beat up on Georgia Tech. They beat up on Clemson 47-40. They just beat up Boston College by 2 touchdowns, 45-31. Here they are, they get North Carolina. After that, they get Syracuse and Wake Forest. North Carolina, guys, no joke this year. Talk about a high-flying offense averaging 43.6 points per game. Whereas Notre Dame's averaging 37.6. When you take a look at North Carolina, what they've done, opened up the year with 3 straight wins, beating Syracuse 31-6. They beat Boston College 26-22 into a barn burner, and they beat up Virginia Tech 56-45. Then they ran into Florida State and they lost 31-28. Then they beat up NC State 48-21. They came back and they lost to Virginia 44-41. And they've won the last 2 straight, beating Wake Forest and Duke. They beat Duke 56-24, 59-53 against Wake Forest. North Carolina's defense, suspect at best. They give up. First of all, we're going to skip talking about the offenses. All right, we're going to skip talking about the offenses for right now. We're going to talk about a defense. Notre Dame gives up 16.6 points per game compared to the 30.8 of North Carolina. North Carolina gives up 4.1 yards per carry, 7.3 yards per passing attempt, compared to Notre Dame that gives up 2.9 yards on average per rushing attempt, 6.7 yards per passing attempt. Notre Dame +4 in turnovers, even Steven for North Carolina and their 6-2 record straight up. Now, we'll take a look at the offenses. All right, we'll take a look at the offenses. Notre Dame, averaging 37.6 points per game. Pretty damn good. North Carolina, even better than that, 43.1. North Carolina averaging 5.6 yards per rush. 10.6 yards per passing attempt. They average 330 in the air and 233 on the ground. Talk about a high-flying offense. However, they've been in some major shootouts. Just as of late, they've been in major shootouts. A 44-41 loss to Virginia, a 59-53 win over Wake Forest, a 56-45 win over Virginia Tech. But when you take a look at Notre Dame's defense, their offense, very well rounded, averaging 5.2 yards per running attempt, 234 on the ground, 229 in the air at 8.2 yards per passing attempt. Is this Notre Dame's year? The second-ranked team in the country. Is this finally Notre Dame's year? Are they finally going to get into a 4-team playoff? If they win today, if Notre Dame wins today, and they win out, obviously they're going to have to go and win the ACC championship game as well. Their odds of making the 4-team playoff today, if they survive North Carolina, is extremely great. Where this game is going to be won is not on the offense. We already know both teams can and will score a shit ton of points. We already know that. But in my opinion, this game will be won by a defense. Now, how many points will the team win by? Will they cover the spread? Will they stay within the number? That remains to be seen. Line currently 5, over and under set at 70. First half line, Notre Dame laying 3, -165 on the money line, over and under 35.5 points. First quarter over set at 14. Notre Dame's first half team total set at 19 points. North Carolina, 14.5. I think Notre Dame's defense is going to give North Carolina some issues. North Carolina will figure out a way to score. North Carolina will figure out a way to put points up on the board. They've done it against everybody. Even in their losses to Florida State, they put up 28. Their loss to Virginia, they put up 44. And their loss to Wake Forest, or excuse me, they didn't cover the spread, but they won that one. They still put up 59 in their last game. Yes, Texas is 10-0, Liberty 0-0. Liberty not getting off to a good start. Road teams have won the last 4 against the spread in the Notre Dame and North Carolina head-to-head matchup. The road teams. Now, granted, they haven't played for 3 years, so take all that and throw that shit right out the window. North Carolina 7-1 against the spread when playing at home against an AP top 10 team. Notre Dame is 5-9-1 against the spread against an AP, or as an AP top 5 team, excuse me. North Carolina 13-4 to the over. The last 3 years versus an opponent who's coming off a straight-up win. As far as this game goes, I do have another free play. It's a little unorthodox one. It's another team total. And if you guys notice, I've been absolutely hammering these team totals with you guys for a little while now. All right, for a little while now. Notre Dame's full game team total is 37.5. Their first half team total is sitting at 19. When we start diving in depth into Notre Dame and what they've done throughout their last games, they put up 31 in the first half against Boston College. They put up 23 against Clemson in the first half. Against Georgia Tech, they only had 17. Against Pitt, they put up 28. Against Louisville, it was a very low-scoring game, 12-7. So over the last 4 games, 3 out of the last 4, they would have broken the 19. One of them, they had 17. 4 straight games, they've scored 17 or more points. 3 over 19, well over 19. As far as this one goes, Notre Dame's first half team total over 19. I will be betting this. Minus $1.15 right now. I will be betting this, and I'm putting it up on the free play board for you guys. Little unorthodox free plays for everybody. And again, don't go anywhere, because I have a $1,000 gift card to give away to somebody who entered our contest from yesterday. I haven't seen him here. He or she here. Don't know if they're here, but again, you don't have to be here to be present. So a little unorthodox for free plays today. Going with some team totals. Let's do that one again. In the first half, and again, if you can't bet these, better find a book that can. All right? Because those are both winners up there. So, now that we're back, I am happy to report. And again, if you're here, fantastic. If you're not, no big deal. But the one and only who has been a long-time supporter, which is actually pretty cool to be able to do this. I'm giving away a $1,000 gift card, which I'll need your address. So I believe you're in our system, but I'll confirm the address before I mail it. But D-Mall, Big Dave, congratulations on winning $1,000 gift card, courtesy of us. There he is. Big Mall 215. Dave, congratulations. I need to make sure that your address in our system is correct, because I don't want to be mailing a $1,000 gift card to some random address. And I know a lot of you guys, when you guys sign up, why, I don't know, you guys sign up with incorrect addresses and phone numbers, or bad email addresses. But anyways, congrats, D-Mall. Big Mall 215 right there. Congrats. Now, I am going to be giving away some more stuff throughout the week. We gave away $250 yesterday in a deposit to Bet Online. Dave, congrats. We're going to be giving away a bunch of other stuff and I believe I will start that tomorrow. We'll be doing that during the live chat. There's nothing that you need to do to, to enter it, any of that stuff. It'll be just for you guys during the live show. But again, one thing that I do want to say is we appreciate it when you guys comment on our videos on YouTube, our daily, especially our daily free play video. It helps get our videos trending on YouTube. And one thing that I've always told you guys is the bigger we build this, the more I'll be able to do for you guys. We got to a certain plateau and a certain number, and we were able to pick up BetOnline as a sponsor. Now, if you guys sign up at BetOnline, I greatly appreciate it. I don't make $1 if you guys do. Alex, if your book has the first half team total over 17, pound the snot out of that one. But I don't make $1 if you guys sign up with BetOnline. So to be honest, if you guys do, fantastic. It helps me out in one way. It shows that them sponsoring the show was worth it to them. So when you guys do sign up, and if you guys do sign up from BetOnline, please do by clicking on the link on our website. Also, there's a great promo code there where if you follow everything, you'll get 2 days of premium plays or 2 days of my personal plays absolutely free as long as you follow the criteria and you click on our link. The only reason I do that is to show my thanks to you guys for showing the sponsor. They paid money to sponsor the show. All right? They paid a very hefty fee to sponsor the show. We're actually in talks with a couple other sponsors right now. So you guys might see other logos added onto there in the very near future. But I'm very grateful for BetOnline and what they're allowing me to do. Giving away a $250 deposit. That's coming from me personally. The $1,000 that's coming from me personally. That's not coming from Cappers Direct. That's coming from me personally. Because of what I'm able to do by bringing on sponsors like BetOnline. And we will continue to do that. We will continue to do that. We're always continuing to strive and bring new and innovative things to our viewers and to our show and put more money back in your guys' pocket. Rich says, still trying to convince my buddy he'll do so much better with his bets by watching the live show. I'll have him here by Sunday, hopefully. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate that. So we will definitely continue the giveaways, continue the fun. Dave, again, congrats. And I will give you a call as soon as we get off the live show. Matter of fact, maybe that's what we need to do next time. Next time we give away a big one, we need to make it a Zoom call. Because I can put Zoom up on the board. I can put a Zoom call up on the big board. Maybe that's what we need to do next time. That might actually be pretty fun. That might actually be pretty fun. But then again, a Zoom call, somebody would know. They would already know that they won. It wouldn't be a surprise. Chase, you got the Jack Russell this day. Michael, if your book has Notre Dame first half over 16.5, that's a great number. Focus Sports says this show isn't hosted in Mommy's Basement. Kyle has sponsors and giveaways. How could you not support? I definitely greatly appreciate that. Seth got to be rubbing it in that he's got a soundboard. Seth, send me a text message because I want to know that soundboard. Where do you host the sound files at? Are they on your computer or are they actually on the soundboard? I have to figure out how to hook it up to the live stream software. Jay Young, should you take the Notre Dame first half team total over 20? I think it gets to 20. Honestly, I think they put up 21. Justin, yes, you missed the breakdowns. You need to go backwards. You need to go backwards, brother. Liberty is on the board, 7-0. Iowa State just scored. It's 10-7. I kind of like those points, though. Yeah, James, one of the fighters does have COVID, Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades. Liberty better pick up the pace for that first half team total over. We need 3 more scores. We need 3 more scores. 4 scores in 7 years ago. But again, congrats to the winner. Congrats, Dave. Congrats, Tom, from yesterday. I'm more than likely going to give away a damn air fryer because that's what we do, and I think it would be epic. I just got to figure out. I know mine's heavy as shit, and I don't want to have to ship it. So I don't want to go buy one and then ship it. I'd rather just order from Amazon or order from a store and then have it shipped. Chicken Sauce says 74-47 Gonzaga. Wow. San Francisco is actually hanging strong with Virginia, which is a shock to me. All right, guys, enjoy. I almost said Saturday. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your Friday. Remember to always bet responsibly. Always bet responsibly. And remember, if you want to get on my guaranteed game of the week, you have until 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Eastern time to get on my game of the week. It is $100 guaranteed to win, or you get the next one free. Also, remember, there's 2 flash sales going on. We're already doing the Black Friday, Thanksgiving Day sales. All right? They're already going on. We have a flash sale on UFC. 30% off any UFC package except the 3x3. That's the only package it will not take 30% off. And this is valid only until midnight tonight. You have to enter the code UFC 30. All right, UFC 30, it takes 30% off. The other flash sale. 1 year of premium plays and 1 year of guaranteed Saturdays. The normal price is $4K. It's on sale for Black Friday, Thanksgiving Day sale for $29.99. They have a 1 day only until midnight flash sale for $24.99 for a year of premium plays and a year of guaranteed Saturday plays. No joke. So $24.99 gets you a year of guaranteed Saturdays and a year of premium plays. That's $208 a month for a year. It's $150 for one guaranteed Saturday play. Do the math. Dave, can I just apply all the money to a package? You can after I send you the gift card. I will FedEx the gift card. It'll go out. Actually, I can get it out today, and then you can use it because I'm sending the gift card. That I am doing. But you could do with it as you please. You can apply it to a package. You can go buy your little one a gift. You could buy me a gift. You could buy me a gift. I like steaks, chocolates. Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't buy me a gift. Fine tequila. All right, guys and gals. I am out of here. Wow, San Francisco taking the lead. Number 4, Virginia. Let's put them on upset alert early. I'm a little shocked, to be honest. Very shocked, to be honest. Massachusetts, 2nd and 7 from the Liberty 27. They get about 5 or 6 more yards. They might stand a chance to hit an over. First quarter over on that one was 13.5. I did not bet the first quarter over on that one. All right, guys and gals. by Rory Uggs. Again, Dave, I'll be in touch. Give me about 20 minutes and I will give you a call. I will make sure that I'm sending this to the right address. UMass fumbled. All right. We need the ball. Alrighty, guys, I'm out of here. And let's all have a great day. And one thing, I can't stress this enough. Always bet within your means. Shit can and will happen. Look, San Francisco's beaten Virginia as of right now. Only because Scott said, please, I will show the board again. Because remember, there's always a rewind button. There's always a rewind and a pause button. But because Scott, you said, please, I will show the board. Very light board today, but it's a money-making board. And we got a frozen screen to end the day. We've got a frozen screen to end the day. Hot diggity dog, how about that one? All right, folks. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out the door. Hit that subscribe button. Did Liberty just score on that first play? Wow. Wow. There we go. That was the big 7 points we needed. Link me to it. Says thanks, Kyle. Fortune favors the brave. Let's get those dimes on your guaranteed game. Absolute. We're going to. Game of the week, baby. It's a winner. It's an absolute winner. All right, guys and gals. I'm out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. 9 a.m. Eastern Time. 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Rory gone fishing. I'm going to have to. I'm actually going to go work on my boat a little bit later after I go cook the missus breakfast. So I'll be in the office for another half hour after that. If you guys have my cell phone number, fantastic. If not, email me. DM me on Twitter if you guys got questions. Or, as always, people here in the office until the end of the day. So, if not, we'll be back at it in the morning. Good luck, everybody. Let's have a great day.